Hi Yogi, and welcome to today's Twistful of Follicular Phase Yoga Flow. In today's class, we'll be spending most of our time in different kind of twists, so that will help us to work our core, speed up our digestion, and also help us to detoxify excess estrogen from the body. So this class will be a little bit more powerful than what we might be used to here in the collective, but I'll challenge you to stick with it, and hopefully you will feel amazing at the end of the class. We'll start in Sukhasana, your easy cross-legged seated position. Bring your left shin in the front. And when you get there, just ground down through the hips, both sit bones firmly grounded into the mat. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down a few times. Close down your eyes. And then come to stillness here. Your shoulder blades melting towards your tailbone. Crown of your head reaching up towards the sky. Your palms resting on the lap or your knees. And create a connection with your breath here. Tapping into your yogic breath, breathing into the bottom of your belly, up through to your rib cage and your chest, and then breathing out. Your chest softens, and then your rib cage and your belly follow. Breathe like that for a few more rounds here. Feeling the expansion on the inhales, and the gentle softening on the exhales. Notice if you're holding onto any tension in your body, and see if you can breathe into that tension, creating space on the inhalations and letting go on the exhalations. On your next breath in, start to draw your shoulders up towards your ears. Hold it in for a second. And then slowly on the exhalation, bring your shoulders back and down. And opening your chest. Once more, just like that. Deep breath in, draw the shoulders up. Full, slow breath out. Draw the shoulders back and down. On your next breath in, reach your arms up. Allow your gaze to follow, seeing your palms touching. And on the exhale, your right hand lands on the mat, opening your left side body, reaching the left arm over towards the right. Option to come down onto your right forearm if that feels good for you, if your body feels spacious enough for that. But if you do that, make sure that you still keep that left sit bone on the mat. So if it rises, then just come on that right palm so that you lift your elbow. Maybe you like to gaze under that left arm towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Next breath in, come back to the center, gazing up towards your hands, seeing them touching. And exhale, bending towards the left this time. Gazing up under the arm. If that feels bad in the neck, you can gaze down towards the mat. Again, see if you want to bring that forearm down. One more exhalation here. Then inhale, come back to the center, reach the arms up. See the palms touching, and this time on the exhale, fold forward. Bringing your palms on the ground in front of you, gazing down, your chin towards your chest. Deep breath in, up through the spine. And this time on the exhalation, start walking your hands towards the left, bringing your chest over that left knee, but keeping the right sit bone on the mat. Couple of breaths here. Next breath in, start walking your hands towards that left knee. Start straightening your spine and come all the way down with your right hand on the left knee, your left hand behind you. Inhale, reach the crown of your head towards the ceiling, and on the exhale, twist towards your left. One more inhalation. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper, draw your navel in. And inhale, come back to the center, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hands through the midline to your heart center. And then cross your legs the other way, bringing your right shin in the front this time. Inhale, reach your arms up, seeing the palms touching, and exhale, fold forward. One breath in here. And on the exhalation, walk your hands towards the right this time. The left sit bone remains on the mat, feeling that nice opening through the left side of your lower back. Inhale here. Full breath out. Inhale, start to walk your hands towards the right knee. We're finding that twist on this side, so elongate through the spine, open your chest, left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, create space through the spine, and exhale, twist. Using your core to twist, pull your navel in. Inhale here, and exhale, see if you can twist a little bit deeper, gazing over that shoulder. And inhale, come back to the center, reach your arms up once more. Gazing up, and exhale, follow your hands with your gaze, bringing them to your heart center. And make your way to your tabletop on the mat. So in your tabletop, you want to bring your hands under the shoulders, your knees under the hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide, either your index fingers pointing forward or your middle fingers. So if your index fingers point forward, that will help you to create a little bit more space in the shoulders. So if your shoulder area is tight, that might be your choice. Straightening your spine here, lift your navel towards your spine so that you don't drop your belly towards the mat. So you want to keep your core engaged here and keep creating space between the shoulder blades too, gazing between the thumbs. On your next breath in, drop your belly, lift the tailbone, draw your hands towards your knees, open the chest to your cow pose. And on the exhalation, start rounding through the spine, gazing towards your navel, lifting the spine towards the ceiling. Inhale, arching through the spine, draw the hands and knees towards each other, and exhale. Rounding through the spine. Come back to your neutral spine, and then tuck your toes under, find your down dog. And see if you need to make any adjustments here. Maybe walk your feet further back or further forward. Keep pressing your hands firmly into the mat. And see here if you can draw your forearms towards each other. That helps you to create space between the shoulder blades. Creating space through the spine, hips shooting towards the sky. And imagine that you're rotating your inner thighs towards the back wall, and at the same time, you're pushing your outer hips towards the back wall. And drawing your heels towards the mat, opening through the back of the legs. You can bend your knees, so if ever your hamstrings feel super tight here, don't be afraid to bend your knees, bringing your belly towards the thighs. On your next breath in, come high up on the toes. And on the exhale, bend that right leg a little bit more and draw your left heel towards the mat. Inhale high up on your toes again. And exhale, this time your right heel towards the mat. Inhale high up on your toes. Bend your knees, gaze forward. And on the exhale, step your feet between your hands. Bring the feet about hip width apart. Again, bend your knees here in your first Uttanasana. Grab the hold of opposite elbows. Bring a little bit more weight onto the balls of your feet. See if you can tilt your hips towards the ceiling. Draw your navel in. Shake your head for a no. Nod it for a yes. Releasing through the neck. On your next breath in, release the arms, half lift, fingertips under your shoulders or your shins. Exhale back to your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Stay for the exhale. And on your next breath in, right fingertips to the center line of the mat. Start to draw your left shoulder and arm up, bending your right knee, straightening the left. Exhale back to your forward fold. And on your inhale, straighten the spine, and we'll find that twist on the other side. Straightening the right leg, bending the left, right shoulder and arm, draw towards the ceiling. Next breath out, back to your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. And next breath in, come all the way up, reaching your arms up, seeing your palms touching, maybe bending backward, and on the exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Then bring your toes to touch, your big toes touching, little space between your heels, micro bend in the knees, tailbone tucks under and creating space through the back of your ribs. Drawing that navel in, your chest nice and open, thumbs at your heart center, crown of your head reaching up. Next breath in, reach your arms up, seeing your palms touching. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And on your exhale, step your right foot back. Dropping your right knee on the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. And on your exhale, find a twist here. Your left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward. If your balance allows, gaze towards our left thumb and see if you can lift your navel away from that left thigh, reaching the crown of your head up, up, up. Inhale here. Exhale, see if you can twist a little bit deeper. Maybe you can even see your right heel. Inhale, come back towards the front, bring your hands to your heart center, and on the exhale, start leaning forward and see if you can hook your right elbow over the left knee. And with the elbow, you can help yourself to twist a little bit deeper. Pull your navel in and see if you can lift that navel beyond the left thigh. Stay here or lift your right knee off the mat. Stay here or reach your arms to opposite directions. Maybe you want to gaze up towards that left thumb. Keep breathing. If you wobble, that's completely fine. One more breath. And on your next breath out, bring your hands on the mat, framing that left foot. Lift your right knee if it wasn't already lifted, and then step your left foot back to your high plank. You can drop your knees here if you want to. Gaze between the thumbs, pull your navel in, create space between the shoulder blades, as if someone's lifting the area between your shoulder blades towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, shift forward and start to come down, either to a chaturanga or all the way down. Inhale to your cobra or up dog. And exhale, down dog. Couple of breaths here. Again, press the hands into the mat, draw the forearms towards each other, space between the shoulders. Inhale, come high up on your toes. Bend the knees, gaze forward, exhale, jump or step forward between the hands. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Next breath in, come all the way up, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, this time your left foot steps back. Dropping the left knee, finding your low lunge here. Inhale, come up. Your right arm reaches back, left arm forward. Again, lifting that navel up towards your ribcage. Gazing back towards your right thumb if your balance allows. Inhale, crown of your head reaches up. And exhale, see if you can twist deeper. Inhale, bring your hand to your heart center. And then on the exhale, twist and hook that left elbow over the right knee. If that's not available to you, you can always bring your left hand on the mat on the inside of that right foot and reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Option to lift the left knee, and if you do that, lift that kneecap towards the left hip. An option to reach your arms to the sides. Really engage that core, lifting the navel beyond the right inner thigh. Keep breathing. Inhale here. And exhale, frame the right foot. Lift the left knee, step back, high plank. Inhale here. Really engage your whole body in your high plank. And exhale, start your vinyasa. Chaturanga all the way down. Inhale to your back bend, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale to your down dog.
Stay here for a couple of breaths. Know that child's pose is always there for you if you feel like you need a little bit of a break. One more deep breath in. And sigh it out. Audible sigh out. Next breath in, high up on the toes. Gaze forward, bend the knees. Exhale, step or jump forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Crown of your head reaching forward. Exhale, back to your forward fold. And inhale all the way up. See your palms touching. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Again, activate your core here. Pull your navel in towards the ribcage towards the navel, crown of your head reaching up, tailbone tucks under. Make sure you're not overextending through the knees, keeping that micro bend there. On your next breath in, start to sit back. Release your arms by your sides. Bring your middle finger, the tips of the middle fingers on the mat. So sitting back as far as you can so that you can reach the middle fingers on the mat. And then on the inhale, start to just lift your chest, keep that seat, and reach your arms towards the ceiling. Tuck the tailbone under, pull your navel in. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to your heart center. We twist towards the left. Right elbow hooks over the left knee. And either gaze towards your fingertips, your left wrist, or over that left shoulder. And make sure that you press both feet into the mat. Your hips stay squared towards the front of the mat. One more inhale. And exhale, come back to the center. Reach the arms up. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the heart center, twisting towards the other direction. Draw that right shoulder open. Use your core to twist. Keep the hips squared. Open the chest. One more inhale. Exhale, back to the center, reach the arms up. Inhale here. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, hands on the mat, step or jump back to your high plank. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, curl your right knee in towards your left elbow. See if you can lift it a little bit higher up towards the left tricep. Stay here. Keep breathing. One more full breath. Inhale, come back to your high plank. Exhale, left knee towards the right elbow or tricep. Lifting that shin away from the mat, squeezing the left quadricep towards your chest. Keep breathing. Press your hands into the mat. Create that space between the shoulder blades. Really strong through your shoulders. One more breath. Inhale, back to your high plank. You can drop your knees if you want to. And on the exhale, take your vinyasa. Finding your down dog from there. And see this time if you can bring your toes to touch. Your big toes to touch, in your down dog. Keeping that little space between the heels. Bend your knees if you need a little bit more space here. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Remember, child's pose is always there. And if you're in your down dog, see if you can create that space between the shoulder blades. Tuck the triceps under, biceps forward. Your inner thighs and outer hips both drawing towards the back wall. One more full breath here. Audible sigh out on the exhalation. That will help us to release all the way through the pelvic floor. On your next breath in, lift your right leg up. Keep the hips squared. Come high up on the left toes. On your next breath out, draw the left heel on the mat. Inhale here. Exhale your right knee towards the left elbow. And then bring the inner edge of the left foot down and start to draw the right foot towards the left. You can hover your left fingertips off the mat. Maybe you want to open the left arm towards the front. And then see if you can reach towards the outer edge of the left foot and start to step right foot and start to step that right foot towards the front. And then we'll find crescent lunge, bending that right knee, ball of the left foot on the mat. Inhale, come up. Bring your hands to your hips first. Bringing that right knee over the right heel. I'm really struggling with left and right today. Tailbone tucks under, lift your navel towards the rib cage and see if you can straighten that left leg. Really keep strong through that left leg, lifting that kneecap up and really pushing through that ball of the foot. And on the inhale, reach the arms up. And on the exhale, twist towards your right. Reaching the right arm back. And see if you can twist so deep that your right arm is in line with the left leg. Gazing back if your balance allows. Inhale here. On your exhale, lean forward, hook the left elbow over the right knee. And another option is to bring that left hand on the inside of the right foot. Keep breathing, lifting that navel away from the thighs so you're not collapsing there. You're keeping that space. Keeping strong through the right leg. Inhale here. On the exhale, drop your left knee on the mat. Untuck the toes. Reach your arms to opposite directions. Inhale here. And then slowly start to straighten that right leg. Bring your left fingertips on the mat on the outside of the right leg. Right toes lift up. You're in a revolved half split pose. Gazing up if your balance allows. Keep squaring your hips towards the front. You can always have a block or something under that left hand if it feels like the ground is too far away. Or you can even bring that left hand on the right shin. Make it a little bit easier for you. And you can always have that right hand on the right hip too. One more inhale. On the exhale, rebend the right leg. Bring your hands back to the heart center, twisting towards the right. Tuck the left toes under. Back in your twist. Inhale here. On your exhale, drop that left hand on the mat on the inside of the right foot and bring your weight onto the outer edge of the left foot. Your right arm reaching up, and we'll find our wild thing here. Flipping your dog. Opening through the right side body. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, step your right foot back through. Reach the right arm towards the front. See if you can bring that right foot to the front without helping with a right hand. So using your core there. Then bring your left heel on the mat, kind of like we were coming up to our warrior one. And we'll actually go through warrior one here. Squaring your hips towards the front, reaching the arms up. Maybe gaze up. Bring your palms to touch, release the thumbs and the index fingers. Bring your arms in line with your ears. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your right leg, right hand on your sacrum area, behind your lower back. Left arm reaches up, inhale. And on the exhale, start to fold forward with the straight spine. At the same time, twist towards the right. Your left hand can land on the right shin, on the right foot, on the outside of the right foot on the mat. And if your balance allows, start to gaze towards the right, even towards the ceiling. Keep your chest open, your spine nice and straight. Option to reach that right arm up. Try to keep that right leg nice and straight. If it's bent, just come up a little bit higher. But don't overextend it. Lift that kneecap up towards the quadricep to keep the quadricep activated. Because when your quadricep is activated, that will help you protect your hamstrings. Inhale here. And exhale, bend that right leg. Place your left hand on the ground in front of you. Start to lift your left leg. We're finding revolved half moon pose. Activate the left glute. Straighten that left leg behind you. Activate your core. Twisting your navel towards the right. Reaching the right arm up. Right leg nice nice and straight. Inhale here. And then bend to your right leg, your left knee behind your right knee. Inhale, straighten both legs, revolve halfway. Exhale, bend both knees, kind of like a squat. Inhale, straighten. Once again, exhale. And inhale. Exhale here. Deep breath in. And next breath out. Step your left foot far back. Left hand on the inside of the right foot. Reach that right arm up. Keep your spine nice and straight. Inhale here. And exhale, both hands on the mat under your shoulders. Either step your right foot back next to your left or take your 3 left plank. Inhale here. And exhale to your vinyasa. Really enjoy your back bend, opening through that right hip flexor. And on the exhale, find your down dog. Couple of breaths here. Again, bring your big toes to touch here, a little space between the heels. Draw those forearms towards each other, create space between the shoulders. Shoulders away from the ears. The back of your hips reaching towards the sky and the outer hips reaching towards the back wall. Next breath in, lift your left leg, trying to keep the hips squared. Point the left toes. Inhale, come high up on the right toes. Exhale, draw the right heel down. Inhale here. Exhale, left knee towards the right right upper arm. And then start to extend that left leg towards the right, inner edge of the right foot on the mat. And see if you can grab the hold of the outer edge of the left foot and slowly bring that left foot to the front. And you can just step that left foot to the front if that was a little bit too much. And we'll find a crescent lunge from here. Left knee over the left heel. Tuck the tailbone under, lift the navel towards the rib cage. Chest nice and open. Activating that right leg. Lift the kneecap towards the quadriceps. Push the ball of the foot into the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, twisting towards your left this time. And not collapsing forward here. Keeping your core nice and activated. Keeping that space between your navel and that left thigh. And see if you can twist deep enough to align that left arm with the right leg. Inhale here. And exhale, start to lean forward slightly. Bring your hands to your heart center. And then hook that right elbow over the left knee. Trying to keep your spine nice and straight here. Really lifting through the heart space here. Aligning your shoulders. Keeping that space between the navel and that left inner thigh. Inhale here. Exhale. Extend your arms to opposite directions. Drop the right knee, untuck the toes. And on your next breath out, start to extend that left leg. Flex the left foot, toes pointing upward. We're finding revolved Ardha Hanumanasana. It's also a little bit of a balancing pose, as you can probably feel and see. So just finding a spot or space for you that feels good, that you can hold, where you can breathe. So you remember that you can always come a little bit further upward, maybe find a block, maybe bring that right hand on the left leg. Inhale here. And exhale, rebend the left leg, hook that right elbow over the left knee again, and lift the right knee off the mat. Gazing over the left shoulder if that's available to you, but trying to keep your neck in line with your spine. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the right hand on the inside of the left foot, reaching your left arm up first to twist, and then slowly rotate your weight onto the outer edge of the right foot. Step your left foot behind you, wild thing, opening through the left side body, gazing towards the front. Deep breath in, and exhale again. Use your core. Draw that left knee in and see if you can step the left foot through without using your left hand. Bit of a challenge there. Right heel on the mat, your feet in warrior one alignment. So your right foot in a 45-degree angle, your left foot pointing forward. Squaring your hips, so pushing your right hip forward, drawing the left hip back towards the right heel. Inhale, reach your arms up, gaze up to challenge your balance. One more inhale. And on your exhale, your left hand on the sacrum area, straighten the left leg. Inhale here. And on the exhale, fold forward, twist towards the left at the same time. We're finding revolved trikonasana here. Try to keep squaring your hips. So there's a tendency to send your hips to the back left corner, but we want to send our hips towards the middle of the bottom of the mat. Rooting both feet into the mat. Keep that left leg nice and straight. One more breath here. And then start to re-bend that left leg. Bring your right hand in front of you on the ground. Start to lift that right leg. Both legs are straight. We're finding revolved Ardha Chandrasana, so half moon pose. Lifting that right leg, engaging the glute, engaging your core, twisting from the navel. Inhale here. And then on the exhale, we'll bend both knees. That nice squat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Once more, exhale, keeping your left leg nice and strong. Inhale. One breath here. And on the next breath out, slowly step that right foot back. Right hand on the inside of the left foot, reaching your left arm up. Twisting here, twisting that right shoulder towards the left knee towards the right shoulder. Inhale here. And exhale, both hands on the mat, step the left foot back. You can either take that 3-leg plank and 3-leg vinyasa or normal. And after your vinyasa, visiting your downward facing dog, and then I invite you to drop your knees on the mat, untuck the toes, and find your child's pose. If you're sweating, you're not the only one. If you're shaking, you're not the only one. Keep breathing here. Trying to keep your inhalations and your exhalations even. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Audible sigh out. Feel your pelvic floor relaxing on that audible sigh out. 2 more times. And 1 more. Next breath in, make your way to your tabletop, the knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Press your left hand into the mat, and on the inhale, reach your right arm up. And exhale, thread the needle, right arm across towards the left side, dropping that right shoulder on the mat on the right side of the head. You can keep your left hand where it is or reach it towards the front, or maybe find half bind here. A twist and a nice shoulder opener here at the same time. Keep breathing. One more deep breath in. Exhale your left hand back under the shoulder, and on the inhale, reach your right arm back up. Exhale, back to your tabletop. Inhale, left hand reaches up, and exhale, thread the needle on this side. Again, bring your right arm to a variation that feels best for you. The
Furthest variation doesn't always mean that it's the most challenging one or that it's the one that we should all achieve. We're all different, and on different days we need different things. So for example, today it feels really good for me to be in this half bind, but most often I choose a variation when I reach my right arm towards the front because I feel like that helps me to open through my shoulders the most. So always listen to your body. One more deep breath in here. Exhale, right hand back, it comes back under the shoulder or a little bit further forward. And inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, back to your tabletop. And then cross your legs behind you. Sit back on the mat. Come a little bit higher up. And when you get there, keep your legs nice and straight. Pull your navel in, lean back slightly, reach your arms towards the front. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Even roll the shoulders back and down. And really engage your core here. Inhale here, lift the chest. Exhale, lean back a little bit more. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lean back even more. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale even more. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, come all the way down. And then bend your knees here. Bring your feet flat on the mat. Your feet about hip width apart. The outer edges of your feet aligned with the outer edges of your mat. Arms by your sides, palms facing down. On the next breath in, start to roll your spine off the mat and lift the hips towards the ceiling to your bridge pose. Drawing your inner thighs towards each other. Really activate the glutes, lift the glutes upward. So your inner thighs draw towards each other, and at the same time your outer hips kind of like rotate under you. Option to draw your shoulder blades towards each other, kind of like walk them under you again. Cross your fingers under you or bring your hands to your lower back. Your fingers pointing outward. You can stay here in your bridge pose for a few more breaths, or you can bring your shoulder blades back on the mat and then find your full wheel by bringing your hands next to your ears, your fingers pointing towards your shoulders, drawing the forearms towards each other. And then on the inhale, press your feet and hands into the mat and lift everything up, opening through the front line of the body. And you might notice that your toes start to rotate upward, so you want to bring your heels towards each other. One more inhale wherever you are. And then on the exhale, come all the way down. When you get all the way down, draw your knees in towards your chest. Lift your forehead towards your knees. Inhale. Audible sigh out. Release your lower back and your head back on the mat. Extend your left leg on the mat. And then grab the hold of the right knee with your left hand, right arm to a cactus shape next to you. Inhale. And on the exhale, finding your twist, rolling over onto your left hip, your right leg over towards the left. Gazing over your right shoulder. Keep breathing here. This beautiful twist, really breathe into the rib cage, into your belly. One more deep breath in. Audible sigh out. And inhale, come back to the center. And then swap your legs. Left knee in, right leg extends. Right hand on the left knee, left arm to the cactus shape, and then roll over to your right hip. Left knee across towards the right. And in this same twist on the other side. You might notice that your left arm lifts or that your knee doesn't quite reach the floor, and that's completely fine.
Really breathing into the rib cage, to your spine, to your belly. One more full breath here. Audible sigh out. And inhale back to the center. Hug both knees in once more. Lift the forehead to the knees. Inhale. Exhale, release your head, and then find your happy baby. Grab the hold of the outer edges of your feet, bringing your knees towards your armpits. Maybe you even want to bring your elbows into the inner shins and kind of like, with the help of that, push your knees further to the sides. Option to straighten your legs or one leg at a time here. One more inhale. And then release everything. Find your Shavasana here, bringing your heels to the corners of the mat. Your arms resting by your sides. Tuck the chin gently towards your chest. Your neck relaxed on the mat. Take one more deep breath in. All the way to your whole body. And then a really big sigh out. Allowing that sound and that sigh to really help you release any stuck emotion, any stress, any tension, anything that you're holding on to. Sometimes we can't even really pinpoint that. Set an intention to let yourself rest here, to rejuvenate and recover. Well done for sticking with me through the whole class. Appreciating your body for carrying you through this class. Appreciating your breath for flowing with you. Appreciating your body for all that it does for you. And appreciating yourself for taking and making the time for yourself today. And as always, stay here in Shavasana for as long as you can. Shavasana truly is the most important pose. If you find it hard to focus here in Shavasana, try to anchor yourself to your breath, to your body, or maybe write a mental love letter to yourself or the universe. Maybe you'd like to find an affirmation, going back to your intention of the week and repeating that silently in your mind. There are so many ways to give your body the rest it needs. I thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this class, and I thank you for joining me on the mat today and every time you join me on the mat here in the collective. My thanks to you. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you.